This fun fold is going to be perfect for all your pretty papers. If you've ever had a pretty piece of paper with like a beautiful landscape and kind of struggled to know what to do with it or how to cut it the first time the right way, I've got some tips today for that, and we're making a super cool fun fold. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Julie Baca with SunnyDayStamping.com. Let's get started. We'll start by making the card base. So just take your regular piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut it in half at 5.5. So this is a regular card base. Rotate it and score it at 4.25. So that is also regular card base stuff here. But now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this, and with that score line here, I'll fold it so we can see it better. We're going to have the short end of our card base at the top, and then we're going to cut down and stop at this score line here. So we're going to measure this at 1.25. Take your blade and bring it all the way down and stop at that score line. Now on your paper trimmer, there's a line in your cutting blade. Just line that line up with your score line there to cut that right. Just like that. Oh, I overcut it just a little bit. So I'm going to have to just be careful when I'm scoring this that I don't have it go down too far. Now what we're going to do is just flip this over this way so we can cut it at 1.25 on this side. So we're just repeating that same process. And I'm going to stop on the line this time. And there we go. So now we've got this split front action. So all the measurements for that are on my blog post, SunnyDayStamping.com. It's linked in the description of this video. The product sheet I emailed out this morning, so it's going to have all the example cards. I don't have all of them on here yet, with all the measurements, a cutting guide for cutting the paper on the front, and then, of course, the measurements for cutting this card base. So that is just quick and easy for you. If you're not on my email list, the link for that is in the description of the video too. I email out a new product sheet every week. So now we're going to fold on that score line, and don't just like flop it down and burnish it like that. You want to make sure that these are nice and straight, especially since these are cut apart. So I'm being careful I'm lining up the top with the bottom, and then just burnishing on that score line. Oh no! Oh, Julie Baca, I'm telling you, you know what? We're just going to go with that. It's going to be fine. But yeah. You think I need a new bone folder? My Stampin' Up! Logo is almost completely gone. There we go. And then we'll do the middle one, lining that up with the other edge there and burnishing that. So now it's nice and flat and not straight. What? What happened here? Hold on. We'll do like this. There we go. So now it's time to pick our pretty paper. This is the new Sunset Coast. Look at that like glimmery, shimmery amazingness in here. So this is a pack of paper. It comes with 6 designs and you get 48 pieces. But this fun fold is going to be able to work with any pretty paper, like any pretty paper. It doesn't have to have a landscape on it for it to look cool with this. All right, so let's use this one. I get really stressed out when I have to cut pretty papers because 1, I'm a really thrifty crafter, and 2, it's usually my favorite piece of paper and I'm afraid I won't be able to like use it how I want to use it. So I came up with this idea for using a clear guide to create a mask so you know exactly where to cut. This is a window sheet. You can purchase it or you can take it off of the back of your stamps. Your stamps come on this. And actually, your stamps come with a thick piece that it's stuck on, and then this like really flimsy piece, which I normally throw away. But I made the mask using this piece. It's not going to last as long as the one we're going to make right now. But this is the idea. Like if I want this to be on the center of my card, I'll be able to cut it perfectly. Just to say, you can also make it out of that flimsy piece of plastic also. So what you do is you're going to cut your clear guide at the exact measurement that you need for your image for the front of your card. So in this case, it's 2.75 by 4. And then to make it easier to see, I just take a permanent marker and go along the line of the clear, and it's going to just create just a little outline there to make it easier to see. And then I'm going to put, the measurement on there so I can save it to use for later. So now when I go to cut, I'll be able to measure exactly how to cut this the right way the first time, because my most protected piece is right there in the middle. So for this design, we have this pretty piece right in the center. And then we want to have these two panels for here. So I'm going to show you how to cut that. And then when you open up the card, we need two more strips here. So depending on how your paper works, those inside strips, at least for this piece, are going to come from the top and the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 1 inch off of the top and the bottom. And this is not getting in the way of our design on this piece of paper. So now we've got these. We're going to stack them up on top of each other, and we're going to cut them down to 4 inches. So these are going to be 1 by 4, and they are going to go, if I can pick them up, right here on the inside of our card. You could do it either way, but I think I want them flipped like that. You could also use a completely different piece of paper if you don't want to have to cut it like that. Like maybe it would mess up your image. Well, then use a different piece, not the flip side. But let's say you have a different piece of paper and you don't want to cut 1 inch off the top and the bottom. Just go ahead and cut 2 inches from the bottom. Instead, just do whatever you need to make it fit your design. But by cutting either 2 inches off the bottom or 1 inch off the top and 1 inch off the bottom, you're leaving yourself with a 4-inch piece like this. And that's what you need for the front of your card. You need it to be 4 inches wide like that. So now you can see this is way too long. So we're going to have to cut off the edges, but we want to make sure we're protecting our favorite focal point, which is this middle section. So I'm going to use my guide, and this paper, I probably didn't need to use this piece because that sun is just right there in the middle. But some of the designs, like your favorite part, might be a little bit off to the side. And so that's why this is important. But we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. So I want my sun to be right in the middle. And what I'm going to do is put my guide there. So that's my protected part. And now that I have it lined up with my cutting trough, I can move this out of the way and slice it. And now I'm confident that that right edge of this design is protected. And so now I can cut at 2 3/4 on this side. So you can either scooch it over and use your mask, or you can flip your design over and cut it at the measurement, which is 2 3/4. So now we've got this piece perfectly cut just like that. But now this is important for the next panels, because we want this landscape design to go all the way across. We need to cut our next pieces right here and right here. We can't cut them from the end. So now on this piece, we need to cut it to 1 inch. So just slide that up into your cutter. Now this is going to be scrap. And you can see how that is creating a great, extending that image to this panel. Now for this one, we need to cut this one at 1 inch. So we're going to line it up on this side of our paper trimmer, 1 inch. Now this part is scrap, and this one is the good one that we want to keep. So it's kind of like a puzzle piece putting that together. So I hope this helps you cut your pretty papers with confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the pieces onto the front right now because I don't want to lose them. I don't want to forget and put them on in not the right order. So I'm actually we're gonna double check myself, because it was definitely a mistake I would make. Like this mistake, I didn't put this on completely straight. What? Why wasn't I paying attention? Okay, let me see if I can get this off. It's such a pretty piece of paper. I don't want to mess it up. I might just leave it. We'll see if I can get it off without ripping anything. I hear ripping. Oh no. No, oh no, oh no. Yes. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh no, it's ripping over here. What? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, okay. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, let me just put a little more glue on here, and then I'm going to be real careful how I put this down. I might have to get my head in the camera. Sorry, you guys. Oh no, it's harder to stick now that that's all rough. Is that right? I gotta pick this up. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, here's a trick. When your paper is all warped like that, because I picked it up, flip your card over, take your bone folder, and just push it down. It's gonna get it nice and straight. It's gonna squish that glue around. There we go. Ooh, see? Look, so perfect. You know, we might as well glue these in before we lose them also. And by we, I mean me, of course. You don't ever do that, I'm sure. I'm like such a scatterbrain sometimes. Okay, so I feel like the easiest way to do this is just to lift this panel up and put it in, because then it gives you a guide on where to put it instead of just opening it and putting it there. Yeah, I just feel like this gave me kind of boundaries on where to put it, made it easier to like center it up. Yeah, just like that. Now, you can see these are just kind of flopping around a little bit. So what we're gonna do is, we should have done this at the beginning, grab your other piece of cardstock from when we made the card base, and you're gonna just cut this at 2 5/8. So that is, go to the half inch mark and then over 2 little tick marks to the 5/8. And that is gonna go right across there. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this is so distracting here. Is that better? I don't know. And then grab a little strip of white. I've got the measurement for that on that project sheet and on the blog post. The measurement for this one is not as important because I'll show you why. I have the measurement being really long, 5.5, but that's on purpose. That is because in case I stamp not in the center, I can trim it off each edge. I'm telling you, I make those mistakes all the time. So we'll stamp this right here. And you know what? I'm going to actually stamp it not in the center just to show you how to use this strip to your advantage. So here, so this is going to be layered on top of here. And then what you do is open this up and put it on the inside. And so look, I stamped it wrong. So now what you're going to be able to do is move this over and get it in the center. And so now you know, okay, I need to clip this off a little bit to get it exactly right. So now I'm just gonna put glue down here. This thing can get really short. It can get as short as the front of this card. So you just want it to be able to extend past there. And then we'll just double check to see if that's gonna be in the center. Oh, that's so much better, but I think it needs to be over just a little bit. So this kind of gives you the wiggle room to, if you didn't get it in the middle the first time. See, I make all these mistakes so you don't have to make the mistakes. Yeah, see, that's perfect. Okay, so now the way to attach this is to put a little glue here and a little glue here. And then decide where you want it based on your design. You may not use this same paper. You may use another one. So maybe you want yours all the way down here. Maybe you want it right in the center. Like, who knows what your paper does. Mine, I think, is going to look good right there. Line it up, hold it in place, and then close down each side. Press that in place, hold that down, press that in place. And now you've got your sentiment right there on the front. But what's so cool is when you open it, this comes up, and so you get to see 2 different parts of that cool image. If you love fun folds, I've got a monthly class called Techniques, Templates, and Fun Folds that I do with Jackie and Heidi. You'll learn a technique, a card template with a couple different card ideas. It's got all the written measurements, written instructions, photos, and then also you'll learn a template. So this is free with a $50 order with me this month. It's also free to my team members, or you can purchase it from my tutorial store. To decorate the rest of the card, we're going to use the Sunset Coast stamps and die set. That's actually where I got this congratulations from. It's got happy anniversary, congratulations, and retirement. Oh, I wanted to show you. If your sentiment is not tiny like this, like let's say you wanted to use this bigger one, all you have to do is bump up the measurement of this piece to be the width that you need to fit your sentiment. So this is completely adjustable. You can keep the length the same, but just bump up the width. So this set has some super cool pieces. We are just going to keep it simple. Like, you don't need to use any of these dies if you don't want to. I did use these. These are actually my favorite pieces in the whole thing. You've got these seashells and then these seagulls, which just add such great little embellishment. So I just cut some out in different colors, and we may or may not use them. We'll see. But one thing we're gonna do is take that sentiment that says, wishing you a lifetime of joy, and we're actually gonna stamp it right here. I love doing things that are like unexpected in your card making so that when the person opens it up, they're like, oh, wow. I don't know, it kind of gets their attention. And now we'll take that white piece for the middle, which, oh gosh, even that looks good. Just leave it plain, but I kind of want to stamp on it. I'm just gonna put a little scrap paper under here. This stamp set has this cool like ocean or body of water. So I'm just gonna put that right here. And then it's got this other kind of smaller piece. So I'm gonna ink that up, stamp it off, and then check this out. It fits right in here to kind of give like a reflection of the sun. And then we'll just put a little sailboat kind of sailing off into the distance. We could stamp more on there. We could put more words, but I think we're just gonna call this good and glue this right inside here. Now, if you really like this set, or if you have it already, I've got another class this month. This one's free with a $75 order. You'll get 16 card ideas using this set. This one is mine, and it comes with the written instructions and video. There are 16 different ones. I can't show you those because I team up with 15 other demonstrators to make that. So it's a great way to get a lot of use out of one bundle when you get that many ideas. So now to decorate this, I think I am going to use these little seagulls. I love that these dies, it's like one die, but you get 3 things out of it. Actually, maybe I think we'll use that also. I don't want to overdo it. Oh, that's so hard. So when I'm attaching this seagull, I love for things to go across the line, which is going to look really cool because when you lift that up, it's not attached. So make sure not to put glue across both cut lines so that you can still open your thing. So then we'll put one more seagull on the other side here. I want to make sure that they're not like flying the same direction. There we go. And then we'll use this little one over here. Oh, is that enough? I don't know. You know, okay, we'll put this little seashell here in the inside. Like that. Didn't that turn out so cool? Let me show you the other ones that I made. So I used all the same designer series paper. This one, I used a strawberry slush background just to give you an idea of what it looks like to have like a brightly colored background. Here's one with that basic beige background, but I put some little embellishments on the front, those little cutouts and the sequins. And then this one turned out really cool with that Night of Navy background. It makes that paper just really, really pop out. I hope this gives you confidence to cut into your pretty papers and make a cool fun fold card today. Every Friday, I've got a new video, so hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified so you don't miss out. Remember, I've got those 2 card making tutorials for this month that are free with purchase. And next month, I'll have new ones for you also. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a sunny day.